Page 46, Roman Trumpets. At the top of the page, introducing a new note for the bass clef. This is an F. Is the F right below middle C, this F. And in the staff, it's the next to the top line. Remember I said the bass clef is also known as an F clef because it points out where F is on the staff. And it's the line between the two dots. That's an F. Just know that note. I trust then you're going to know all these notes right here in the music so far. We're gradually spreading out. Yeah. Now, let's look this. I'm going to go through the routine for learning a piece of music. I look it over. I see it's like 4 lines long. Treble, bass, clef, 4/4 time signature. I see half notes, whole notes, and quarter notes. We can do all those, I think. We're playing both hands at the same time sometimes. So I'm going to take this one hand at a time first. Let's make sure we understand what each hand is doing before we put them together, because that's usually a whole nother adventure when that happens. Right hand, you want 4th finger on F here. That puts the hand here. And they're half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. See the little numbers between the staff there? That's the counting. You don't need that. Just count it in your head. Let's go over to measure 10. The left hand gets the first 2 beats, and then the right hand. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Then we're back to this again. Okay. Left hand, well, it has an F and a C. You notice that interval? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an interval of a fifth. And you'll recognize intervals of a fifth in music because both notes are on a line or a space, and there's a line or a space in between. So here they're both on lines, and there's a line in between them. That's a fifth. 2, 3. Just lower the whole hand down and let the wrist collapse a little bit. And then I'll measure 9. 1, 2, and then the right hand takes over. At the end, the last measure, you have an 8 VA under the staff for the last one, so you're going to go down an octave. Same notes, just lift up and go down. Just lift up and move. That's all. That's all. They circled the finger numbers. Again, that's Faber's way of telling you you moved. Music doesn't have circled finger numbers. They might give you finger numbers, I doubt it, but they might. But they won't have a circle around them. Anyway, then we put the hands together and we got this here. So we're here. We're in middle C position, it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Let's go over to measure, well, the last measure on page 47. You're here. Then the left hand comes down. And then both hands come up. So much for that. Once you can do the hands together, get rid of the hesitations, a steady beat. You can keep it slow, doesn't matter what the speed is right now, but no hesitations. See if you can play this without looking at the keyboard until the end. When you have to move the left hand, you got to look down for that. Otherwise, you should be able to keep your eyes on the music. Then we think about the articulation. Here, the only articulation they show are accents. At the beginning, just play a little louder. Let the wrist collapse on these. Think trumpets. Blah. You can put in the natural accents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, with half notes, those are, but the quarter notes. 1, 2, 1, 2. Feel those. That's part of interpreting the music. Then the dynamics. Loud at the beginning is whatever you think loud is. Well, an accent is going to take it up to very loud. Then the quarter notes, these are loud. Okay. The measure 9, you come down a little bit to mezzo forte, MF. Medium loud, moderately loud, sort of loud, not loud, sort of loud here. Just sort of loud. Then you back up to very loud with the accents. So forth, and you end it loud. Now be careful on the last measure. The first notes in that measure are accented, so they're very loud. But the left hand going when you go down, that's not accented, that's just loud. So don't accent that Just play it loud. The idea is on piano, when you get down low, it gets louder by itself. So we have to adjust. It's like if you go up, that tends to get softer by itself. So we have to adjust our dynamics. So we don't need an accent on that last note because it's going to come out loud anyway. Then speed. Proudly. Well, that's not a speed. I guess we're thinking about here we are and glad to be here and worship me or something. I don't know. The half notes are going to want to speed it up a little bit, but the quarter notes are going to slow it down a little bit. You have to find something in between so they can both be going the same speed. Then they've added pedal on some of these. Okay, let's talk pedal. Now, let me show you another pedal technique. In the past, I've always told you put the note down first and then the pedal because we want to start the sound before we release the overtones. Well, on something like this that's loud and accented, makes it very loud, I want more of an explosion here. So I'm going to suggest put the pedal down with the note at the same time. And then lift the pedal up right after you play the first quarter note, right after. So it's... Again, second line, put the pedal down with the note, and lift it up after the quarter note. And they're all done the same way. Then in the last measure, you put the pedal down with the notes, and then lift everything up at once at the end of 4 beats. Now, make sure it's 4 beats. See, on the play with me's, I say off at the end of them. That's to ensure we hold the last note down its full length. So, let's talk about that. A beat lasts a certain length, and then the next beat takes over. It's important that you hold, or a beat lasts the full length. So on these at the beginning of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's simple enough when there's another beat to follow. But when you get to the end of a piece, there's no more beats. There is no beat 1 of the next measure. There is no next measure. We're at the end. So in order to make sure I hold that last note down a full count, I say off. Because I can't say 1, there is no 1. It's off. So if I just say, hold it down for 4 counts and leave it there, you're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll lift up on 4. And that's incorrect because you need to hold it down through 4 and lift up on the next beat. That's where I say off. 1, 2, 3, 4, off. If there were another measure there, I'd say 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. It would keep going. So I say off on these. It's important that we hold these down the full length. See the next to the last measure between, it says slowing down, means gradually slow down. Gradually. So that last measure will seem like it lasts longer than 4 counts. It doesn't. You're just counting slower is all. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'll pedal it like I showed, but I'm not doing louds and softs. I'm just going to play the notes and the rhythms. So I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There's a duet for this at the bottom of page 47. I'd like to play that. And you play what you just played. You play it right where you were. You don't have to move around or nothing. We'll do this fine. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go.